Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, it is KingNido here, and today we are coming to you from Hammerlock City, where the Dragon-type Draconids have the opportunity to prove that they are not all hype, and they can absolutely do it here as they are hosting the Ula macros in this massive matchup, which I cannot wait to send it down to. But first, let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win. Will it be the Dragon types? Will it be the Steel types? Let's go! And both these sides absolutely have Elite Four potential, as it is Sandy Shocks, the Terrestrial Drafty, and Magnezone for the Ula macros. It is Flygon making its debut alongside Noivern here for the Hammerlock Draconids, and how fitting that both Magnezone and Sandy Shocks last season were both on the Electric type team, and now they're on the Steel type team. And look at that Terrestrial Crown, I cannot believe it. It is spinning on top of Sandy Shocks. That is quite a sight to see, as the Fickle Beam immediately for Sandy Shocks from Noivern, not very effective. Still gets a good hit, but Sandy Shocks is going to respond with the Bullet Punch here onto the Dragon Flying type, and doing just as good a damage here in this back and forth already. Starting off very offensive. The Pin Missile though from Flygon going for Sandy Shocks. This is not going to be very effective, but it is a multi-hit move, so if it can get all 5, it will get in some really good chip damage here on the Terrestrial Steel type with that not very effective hit. Getting 4 moves, not bad there by Flygon to start off this match, but it is an Inferno now from Magnezone going for Flygon. Not very effective, still getting in some good damage, and gets that crucial burn in on the Dragon ground type that is going to do passive damage, as well as cut into that base 100 attack that is Flygon's, as we get the cross chop now from Noivern. However, it is avoided, and this allows Sandy Shocks to go for the Sweet Scent, looking to lower that evasiveness of the two Dragon types on the field. And if they are easy targets, they are much easier eliminations for the Ula macros, as Flygon with the Glaive Rush going for Magnezone. Not very effective, very little damage being done to the sturdy Pokemon there, as Magnezone responds with the Mist Ball going for Noivern. Great hit there on the Dragon Flying type, lowering its special attack, and there is that burn continuing to afflict Flygon, doing that passive damage. Noivern going and setting up the electric terrain, and I do not think either Magnezone or Sandy Shocks will mind having that electric terrain set up. It actually favors them more, as Sandy Shocks goes for the Ice Spinner, and that is a perfect hit, super effective, taking Flygon out, capitalizing on that terrain being set up, because now that terrain is gone, and the Ula macros get the early advantage in this matchup, as it is followed up by the Judgment being brought down by Magnezone, completing the huge play, eliminating Noivern. This is not the start the Hammerlock Draconids want in this matchup or this season, as they send out Haxorus, and it is joined by Altaria. Both these sides returning from last season for the Dragon type team, as that Cloud9 and Unnerve are in effect. Sandy Shocks is going to set some spikes up on the side of the Hammerlock Draconids. I don't think Altaria would have minded it if they were already set up, but any Pokemon now that comes out for the Hammerlock Draconids will be landing in those, as the Pain Split from Haxorus actually benefits Sandy Shocks here, which is a strange play by Haxorus, who actually had a very poor showing last season. That Air Slash not very effective onto Sandy Shocks from Altaria, is Magnezone with the Kowtow Cleave, taking inspiration from its fellow teammate in King Gambit, and the Thunderbolt follow-up from Sandy Shocks. A fantastic hit on Altaria, putting it in knockout range. The attack order from Haxorus, not very effective there on Magnezone. Altaria is going to follow it up though with the Nasty Plot, not going on the offensive after so many offensive moves in this matchup. It does boost its special attack here. Magnezone though is going to go for the Heat Wave, and Altaria is able to hold on barely, though it is an easy target. The Revelation Dance from Sandy Shocks could get the elimination here. It is going to go for Altaria. Surely it's going to get the job done, and that it does. Altaria is eliminated. There's 3 Pokemon down already for the Hammerlock Draconids. What is going on here? Haxorus with the Grass Knot. This will do very minimal damage, surely, to Magnezone. It's not very effective. This allows Magnezone to respond with the Soft Broadside. Damage is completely irrelevant, because it is going to get itself back to full strength. But now out comes Archaludon, Archu, Gesundheit. But Sandy Shocks with the Smog going for Haxorus, gets a good hit there. Archaludon could be the difference maker, as the Scorching Sands, super effective onto Magnezone, puts it in knockout range. Archaludon could finish it off here, but it sets up a spikes of its own on the side of the Ula macros, and if they start getting these eliminations, that will be great, because any Pokemon that comes out will be taking damage from those entry hazards. But the Psy Strike from Magnezone, it's going to go for Haxorus here, and Haxorus is eliminated. There is only 2 Pokemon remaining for the Hammerlock Draconids as they send out their last Pokemon in the form of Iron Jugulus, their own Terrestrial Draftee. It is going to shed that Dark Flying typing, taking on the Dragon typing here. They are going to have to pull out something big. There are only 2 Pokemon left for the Hammerlock Draconids. They have a full side of 6 Pokemon to take down on the side of the Ulu Macros. Sandy Shock still with the speed advantage, goes for the Rock Wrecker on to Iron Jugulus, gets a great connection. Would have been even better if it was still a flying type. The Poison Tail though from Iron Jugulus doesn't affect the steel types. Chaladon looking to do its part though, goes with the Confide. It's going to Confide in Sandy Shocks here, bringing down that special attack. But this allows Magnezone to go with the Cosmic Power, so it's actually going to boost its physical defense here as well as that special defense, but it has that 115 base physical defense as Sandy Shocks has to recharge. This allows a Jaw Lock from Iron Jugulus to eliminate Magnezone. They've gotten one on the board. This will not be a clean sweep. It's followed up by the Grass Pledge onto Sandy Shocks. Not very effective there from Chaladon as out comes Goodra in its Hisuian form. Goodra and Chaladon on the field at the same time. And we get the Wave Crash now from Sandy Shocks onto Iron Jugulus. Gets a really good critical hit there, but there is some recoil damage for the Terrestrial Draftee. And Iron Jugulus is going to respond with the dual Wing Beat, going for Goodra, who is in its Hisuian form. It is not very effective. How fitting the Colossian Goodra is actually a member of the Hammerlock Draconids. But we get the Meteor Mash now from Chaladon, and Sandy Shocks is able to hold on after that. Not very effective move, but Chaladon does get the attack boost, which is already base 105, and now we get the Poison Gas from Goodra. Very intelligent play, but it doesn't affect Chaladon. However, it is going to put that passive damage on to Iron Jugulus, so it is going to chip away at that health, already putting it into knockout range. It may actually not last the next turn. Sandy Shocks with the Scale Shot, ensuring that that is the case, taking Iron Jugulus out of this match with that super effective move. There's 1 Pokemon remaining for the Hammerlock Draconids. There's only been 1 Pokemon eliminated from the Ulu Macros. I cannot believe that this is happening. The Hammerlock Draconids surely cannot believe that this is happening all over again. This is not the start to this season that they needed. Chaladon needs to go for something big, goes for the Ice Shard onto its fellow Dragon type, gets a good hit there, but Goodra is going to respond by going and setting up the workup, so it is going to boost that physical attack as well as that special attack, and it is a highly offensive Pokemon. Sandy Shocks though with the T-Time taking the break in this matchup, and every Pokemon will chow down on their Leopard Berries. And whilst they're doing that, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, please leave a like, share, subscribe, help these series grow for many seasons to come, as we are only just starting off the 2nd season of the PokeType League. And now Chaladon is going to go for the last respects, getting that elimination finally of Sandy Shocks, who has been in the matchup since the very beginning. The 2nd elimination for the Hammerlock Draconids. Can Chaladon work its way back into this? Fire Spin from Goodra, very intelligent play, capitalizing on that part Steel type, trapping Chaladon in that Fiery Vortex, and you see that Fire Spin doing damage as now out comes Copperaja for the Ulu Macros, who does land in those spikes, taking a little bit of damage, and now Chaladon actually has the speed advantage, goes with the Mud Slap. It is super effective on Goodra, but more importantly, it lowers that accuracy. Goodra needs to land this connection, going with the Cross Chop, and gets the elimination with that super effective move, and the Hammerlock Draconids were never in this. Are they all hype? Is this going to happen to them for this 2nd season in a row? The Ulu Macros with a massive strong start, and they're going to want to look to continue that when next round they go up against the champions, the Spike Myth Rockets. Whereas the Draconids next round will look to redeem themselves when they go up against the Castelia Pinchers. But until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field. And if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome. And I'll see you when you see me.